Don't skip this message. God says you have 88 seconds left. I have tried everything to get you to listen, but you keep scrolling past it. If you don't open and read this message soon, you will be responsible for the sadness and trouble that is about to happen in just 20 minutes. You are not here by accident. This is not a random moment. God is speaking to you right now, and He is not whispering quietly. This is a loud cry coming straight from heaven. Don't keep scrolling and ignore this. If you walk away now, you might miss the very thing your soul has been begging for. You have exactly 88 seconds, and heaven is watching closely to see how you will respond. God has been trying to reach you in many ways. He has spoken to you through your dreams, through signs in your life, through quiet moments of silence, and even through storms that felt like trouble. Now, He is speaking directly to your heart in this moment. This is your chance, your special moment. Don't waste it by ignoring it or pushing it away. Right now, take a moment to breathe and comment Amen if you are listening and willing to hear what God is saying to you. What is coming in the next 20 minutes may not look like thunder or fire, but it has the power to shake your whole world. God is warning you, not to make you scared, but because He loves you so much that He wants to stop your distractions and get your attention. You have been asking for a sign, and this is the sign you have been waiting for. Maybe you have been feeling numb, just going through the motions, scrolling endlessly on your phone or device without really feeling anything. But this message is different. You feel it deep in your chest. Something is stirring inside your spirit, and you know that these words are not just random words. They are a lifeline, a message full of hope. There is a divine countdown happening right now. It is not meant to scare you, but to wake you up. You have been asleep at the wheel of your life. You have been drifting along, living by routine without really paying attention, hiding your pain behind fake smiles. But God sees everything. He sees the tears you cried when no one else was around. He sees the nights you could not sleep, tossing and turning in silence. He hears the prayers you whispered quietly, but felt like no one heard them. God heard every one of those prayers, and now He is responding. This message is not a threat or a warning meant to scare you. It is a rescue plan, a way for God to save you. Take a moment right now, breathe deeply, and comment 1-1. If you believe that God is trying to reach you at this very moment, God is not trying to punish you or make your life harder. He is trying to protect you from something bad that is coming. You can't see it yet, but He can. He knows exactly where the path you are on will lead. He sees the destruction and trouble that is quietly approaching your life, but He is giving you this chance to choose a different way. This is a call for you to wake up, to come back, to return to God with all your heart. You have been running away from Him, but He has never stopped chasing you. You have ignored His voice many times, but He has never stopped speaking over you. You keep skipping messages, hoping that the next thing you see on your screen will fix what is broken inside. But none of that is working. You have been asking yourself why everything feels wrong, why doors keep closing, why people walk away from you, and why peace keeps slipping through your fingers. The reason is simple. You have been out of alignment with God. You have been living your life based on your own rules and ideas, but you were made for God's presence. Now He is calling you back to Him. This moment is your interruption, your redirection, your divine wake-up call. There has been a heavy burden on you for far too long, and God is ready to take that weight from your shoulders. But you have to stop ignoring Him. You have to stop brushing off the feeling deep in your heart that is pulling you closer to Him. You have to stop pretending like you have all the time in the world, because you don't. Time is moving quickly, and so is the enemy. You might think that what is coming is just a bad day or a series of small disappointments. But the truth is that the enemy has been planning a big attack against your mind, your joy, your family, and your purpose. God is stepping in now to stop it before it gets worse. But He needs you to stop ignoring His voice and stop skipping His messages. Every delay, every heartbreak, and every closed door in your life has been God's way of trying to get your attention. He is not trying to destroy you. He is trying to save you. Right now, you are walking into things that are not meant for you. You are letting voices speak over you that are not from God. You have been distracted and slowly drifting toward danger. That is why God is placing this message directly in front of you and begging you not to look away. His Spirit is calling you home, not just in your feelings, but deep inside your spirit. He wants to bring you back to a place where your heart can finally rest. He wants to bring you back into His arms, where His voice and His plan are waiting for you. If you listen now, what was meant to break, you can actually become the thing that changes your whole future for the better. Don't let pride make you keep scrolling past this. Don't let fear stop your faith from rising. You have made too many decisions trying to please other people, but this moment is between you and God. He is speaking directly to your heart right now. Feel the weight of that truth. Let it sink deep inside you. The Creator of the whole universe is calling you at this exact moment, and deep down you know this is not a coincidence. God is not asking you to be perfect. He is simply asking for your attention. If you trust that God's plan is better than what you can understand, comment 222. He sees the battles you have been facing. He has seen the spiritual attacks, the heavy emotional weight, the confusion, and the sadness that has filled your life. The enemy has been whispering lies into your mind, trying to make you believe that God has forgotten about you, that your prayers don't matter, and that your breakthrough will never come. But those lies are not true. God is exposing those lies right now. You were chosen for more. You were born to carry light in this world, to walk in power, to change the atmosphere around you, and to live fully in God's plan. But somewhere along the way, you started listening to voices that made you feel small and scared. You started doubting the gifts and calling that God put inside of you. And now you are living below the life God intended for you. This is not just about getting by or surviving. God didn't create you to simply make it through life. He created you to overcome every challenge, to stand tall no matter what, to walk boldly with courage, to break curses that have been passed down in your family, to heal from all the things that once broke you, and to step into miracles that no one could explain. But first, you have to stop running away. You have to silence all the noise that is confusing your mind. You need to be honest with God right now. Tell Him that you are tired. Tell Him that you feel lost. He already knows how you feel, but He wants your heart to open again. He wants to meet you in the real, raw place inside you. No filters, no pretending, no hiding. Is it really possible that a simple 7-second ritual can change your financial struggles and bring wealth overnight? A leaked CIA-backed study has uncovered a 7-second money ritual that is changing lives right now. This secret has been endorsed by 4 top neuroscience labs because it works by reprogramming your brain to attract money like a magnet. People who were once broke are now living their dream lives. They are buying luxury homes, new cars, and traveling to amazing places. But this secret won't be available online for much longer. So click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it is gone forever. It's just you and God in this moment. If you respond to Him now, you will not only avoid the trouble that is coming, but you will also step into something greater than you have ever imagined. You will find a peace that calms storms inside you. You will feel a joy that cannot be taken away. You will find a strength that keeps you steady even when everything else around you shakes. But you have to answer right now. Time is moving fast. The countdown is not just a story or a symbol. God is showing you this because He loves you too much to let you fall into the trap the enemy has planned for you. This is divine protection. This is grace knocking on your door one more time. Comment 333 right now to say that you are choosing faith over fear. You have been running on empty for too long. You have been giving your love and energy to others when no one was giving it back. You have been fighting battles that no one else sees. And you have been doing all of this quietly, trying to hold everything together by yourself. But God never wanted you to carry this burden alone. He is not watching you fall apart so that He can punish you. He is watching to see if you will turn to Him so that He can restore you. You are not lost or forgotten. You are deeply seen, loved, and chosen by God. Heaven knows your name. Angels have been watching over you and protecting your steps, even when you didn't realize it. You were never meant to carry your pain like armor or pretend that you are okay when your heart is barely holding on. The enemy has worked hard to keep you busy, distracted, and numb. If he can keep you blind to who you really are in God, then you will never step into the power and authority God has given you. But today, that ends. Today, God is pulling the covers off the lies and showing you the truth about yourself, your calling, your identity, and His endless love for you. You are not just someone who survives. You are a warrior in the Spirit. Your voice carries the power of heaven when you align yourself with God. He is not asking you to fix everything in your life. He is asking you to surrender everything to Him. That shame you carry, it's time to let it go. That guilt that weighs heavily on you is not yours to carry anymore. That voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough now is the time to reject it. God says you are worthy because He called you. You are enough because He made you. You are safe because He surrounds you with His love. And right now, He is holding you close in your brokenness and reminding you that He never stopped fighting for you. The battles you have faced are not proof that God left you. They are proof that the enemy is afraid of what you can become. The enemy has been trying to stop you before you rise. But what the enemy tried to use to break you, God is about to use to bless you. There is still time. You have not missed your breakthrough. The blessing you have been waiting for is still coming. The miracle is still on its way, but you have to respond. You cannot just feel this message and move on without acting. You have to say yes. You have to open your mouth and speak life over your own situation. Call out His name. Say it loud and clear. Say, Jesus, I need you. Say, I trust you. Let your heart speak from the deepest place inside of you. He is listening. This is not just another ordinary moment in your day. This is the moment. If you could see the weight of what is about to shift in your life, if you could see the way heaven has been working behind the scenes, you would fall on your knees, overwhelmed with tears because angels have been pushing back the darkness on your behalf. Prayers you whispered in secret, prayers you forgot even saying, are about to bear fruit. Doors you thought were closed, dead, or unreachable are about to swing wide open. But God is waiting for your surrender. He is waiting for you to say yes. You've tried everything else. You've tried to numb the pain, to ignore the calling, to push it down, to pretend everything is okay, to force yourself to find joy where there is none. But true healing, real peace, deep rest, and unshakable strength only come when you hand it all over to God. He is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to be real, to be honest, to come as you are. This is holy ground that you are standing on right now. You didn't come here by accident. Your spirit was drawn here by divine mercy. This moment is heavy with purpose. It is more than just your next step. It is about the season ahead. The choice you make here could be the difference between chaos and protection, confusion and clarity, wandering and alignment. Comment 555 if you know God is moving in your life at this very moment. Even though you may have felt forgotten, even though the world seemed to overlook you, God has never taken His eyes off you. Your cries for healing are being answered. Your calls for clarity are being honored. But you have to stay present. You have to stay listening. You have to stay praying. Do not scroll past this message and return to the noise of the world. Remain in His presence. This is where chains are broken. This is where lies fall apart. This is where your spirit comes alive again. There is a fire reigniting in your soul right now. It may have dimmed, it may have almost gone out, but it was never truly extinguished. God is breathing life into the embers of your faith. You are about to burn with renewed passion, with clarity, and with a boldness that will shake the darkness around you. You are about to pray with a new intensity, love with a new depth, and worship with a new freedom because the veil is lifting. You are beginning to see who you are. You are a child of the Most High God. You are chosen, anointed, protected, unstoppable when surrendered. Do not let fear steal this moment from you. Do not allow doubt to convince you that this message is not meant for you. It is. God orchestrated every detail of this encounter because He knows exactly what you have been carrying, even what you have hidden deep in your heart. He knows your secret prayers, your silent hopes, your quiet struggles, and yet He still calls you His. You may feel broken, but in God's eyes, you are beautiful. You may feel unworthy, but in God's eyes, you are priceless. You may feel tired, but in His strength, you are victorious. You do not have to earn His love. You only need to accept it. Let the walls of pretense fall down. Let the tears come. Let Him in, fully, without reservation. Not the version of you that tries to look strong, but the real you. The you who is weary, the you who has been waiting for something to finally make sense, the you who longs for a touch from heaven, for comfort that is real. Comment 1212 if you believe that God still has more for your life. Have you heard about the secret ritual the government wants to hide? Imagine that a single 7-second practice could help clear your debts and bring wealth to your life effortlessly. A leaked CA report, along with verification from 4 leading neuroscience labs, confirms that this is real. Families who were struggling financially are now moving into their dream homes, finding peace in their finances, and experiencing lives they could never have imagined. But the government may remove this information at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears forever. You have been waiting for signs, and God has been sending them all along. They may not come in the ways you expect, but they are there. You may not see them written in the sky, but they have been written in your heart. You have felt it for weeks, the pull, the unease, the restless sense that something is about to change. That is not your imagination. That is the Spirit nudging you, letting you know that the season of delay is over and the season of advancement is beginning. But you must make a choice. You cannot keep 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in the kingdom. God does not want half of your heart. He wants all of it. The part that is broken, the part that is hiding, the part that thinks it is too late, the part that has been holding on but secretly wants freedom. Bring that part to Him. He is not surprised by your mess. He is not offended by your struggles. He wants all of it because only when you surrender it all can He heal it all. You have tried to carry the weight on your own. You have tried to understand it all, to make sense of it all, to manage it all with your own strength. But your understanding alone could never be the foundation for your life. God's wisdom is deeper than you know. His plans are bigger than your imagination. His protection stretches further than your vision. There were attacks, moments, and attempts designed to destroy you that did not succeed because God stood between you and the enemy. You may never fully know the weight of what He has kept you from, but the fact that you are still standing is proof that He has been at work. He did not allow you to be consumed by depression. He did not allow heartbreak to swallow you. He did not allow lies to become your identity. He intervened when you could not pray. He covered you when you could not lift your hands. He fought in the silence when you could not fight. That is what real love looks like. Constant, quiet, unwavering, and fierce. And now He is asking for your heart to return to Him. Do not wait for the storm to rage before you seek Him. Do not wait for everything to fall apart before you cry out. Choose Him now. Choose Him while your spirit is still able to hear His whisper. He comes not with punishment, but with peace. He comes to give clarity in the confusion, strength in your weakness, and grace in your guilt. But you must be willing to release what has been weighing you down. Let go of the relationships that pull you into old patterns. Let go of habits that numb but steal your peace. Let go of lies that convince you that change is impossible. You have spent too much energy on things that never returned value. You have fought battles for people who never fought for you. God is calling you to rest in Him, not to quit, but to rest. From rest comes power. From surrender comes strength. You were never meant to walk alone. You were never meant only to survive. You were created to live boldly, speak truth, fulfill your purpose, and shine the light of Christ. But how can you shine when you are weighed down by what was never meant for you? God wants to free you, but you must stop running back to what binds you. True freedom comes through obedience. Obedience means letting go even when it hurts. Obedience means trusting even when you cannot see the full picture. Obedience means worshiping even when you feel weak. God never promised the path would be easy, but He promised you would never walk it alone. Comment 777 if you are choosing to walk with God no matter how hard it gets. You are closer than you realize, closer to healing, closer to breakthroughs, closer to the moment where tears finally make sense and joy finally settles into your soul. The enemy will always attack hardest right before the breakthrough. That is why you have felt heaviness. That is why life has seemed chaotic. That is why lies have felt louder. But hear this, the louder the enemy shouts, the more proof there is that something holy is rising inside you. The pressure is not punishment. It is a sign that the old is breaking away. The tension is a signal that new blessings are being poured in. The silence you have felt was not God's absence. It was preparation. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. The next season requires a new version of you, not the people-pleasing version, not the version that hides pain, not the version that pretends everything is okay while bleeding inside. God wants the real, raw, surrendered you. That is the one He can work with. That is the one He can heal. This is not about religion. It is about relationship. You do not need to earn His attention. You already have it. You do not need to impress Him. He already knows your heart. But you must return fully, not halfway, not occasionally, but completely. Your purpose is too important, your calling too unique, your life too valuable to waste another day disconnected from the one who gave it to you. You have heard many voices, but His voice leads to peace. And right now He is whispering, come home from chaos, come home from fear, come home from emptiness, come home from pressure. Come back to the place where your soul does not have to perform, where it can rest in my presence. God does not want a version of you. He wants you fully flawed, fully human, but fully surrendered. And if you give Him that, He will give you a life you could never imagine. Life not free from storms, but full of peace. Not perfect, but deeply protected. Not always easy, but always covered. Comment 999 if you know God is holding you through it all. The enemy has tried to use time to convince you that God has forgotten about you. You prayed and waited. Nothing seemed to change. Doors stayed closed. Pain lingered and slowly doubt crept in. But time is not proof of absence. It is proof of preparation. While you were waiting, God was working. While you were crying, He was storing your tears like seeds, preparing them for a harvest in His perfect timing. The harvest is coming, not in your time, but in His perfect season. Why is this 7-second CAA ritual spreading so quickly? Newly leaked CAA reports reveal a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth and financial flow. This simple 7-second method, confirmed by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming lives rapidly, from crushing debt to dream vacations, from struggles to abundance. If you are reading this, consider yourself fortunate, because the page may disappear at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is removed forever. But God is not only after your blessing, He is after your heart. You cannot walk fully into what He has for you if part of your heart is still clinging to what hurt you. You must release it. The betrayal, the loss, the rejection, the fail, you release them. Not because they did not matter, but because they are weighing down your destiny. God cannot fill hands that are still holding on to what He told you to let go. I know that letting go hurts. I know forgiveness feels unfair. I know trusting again feels risky. But that is where healing begins. You cannot walk with God while holding on to bitterness. His presence brings peace. His Spirit brings freedom. There is no room for chains when you are called to fly. You have been asking God to elevate you, but the altitude you are praying for requires lighter baggage. So hand it all over, every fear you cannot speak, every guilt you carry in silence, every memory that haunts you, every anger that lingers. Lay it down, not because you are strong enough to carry it alone, but because you are not. And that is perfectly okay. You were never meant to be your own savior. Jesus did not die for only part of your healing. He died for every part of you. Every piece you've been trying to hide, He already saw it all, and still He stayed. Still He called your name. Still He loves you with a love that never stops. If His grace was based on how well you perform or what you do, none of us would ever stand. But the truth is, His love isn't something you earn. It's something you receive. So stop trying so hard to prove your worth to Him, and simply let Him love you just as you are right now. If you believe that His grace is bigger than all the shame you feel, comment 1010. God isn't looking for someone perfect. He's looking for someone willing. And if all you have to give Him is a small, quiet yes, that's enough. That little bit of faith, He can take it and turn it into something unstoppable. He can take broken people and make them leaders. He can take stories filled with pain and turn them into powerful testimonies that shake whole nations. But you have to be honest with Him. You have to stop pretending you're okay when you're really not. He already knows the truth, so open your heart wide and let Him in. Let Him see the wounds that no one else sees. Let Him touch the scars you try to hide. Let Him remind you over and over again that you still belong to Him. There is no shame in needing help. There is no weakness in crying and weeping before God. That's exactly where true strength is born. When you surrender, when you finally say, God, I can't do this alone. He's not waiting for you to figure everything out on your own. He's waiting for you to come back home to Him. You're not too late. You haven't gone too far away. That feeling in your chest right now, that stirring inside your spirit, is proof that God is still calling you. His Spirit is still alive inside you, and He's not done writing your story yet. Yes, it might feel messy and confusing right now. You might not know what your next step should be, and that's okay. You don't need to know it all. You only need to take the first step toward Him. He will light the way for you. He will give you the strength you need. He will carry you when you feel like you can't take another step, but He won't drag you there. You have to choose. Choose peace instead of panic. Choose faith instead of fear. Choose surrender instead of trying to control everything. You've been trying to run your own way, using your own map, but it only left you tired, lost, and feeling empty inside. But now God is offering you rest. Not just rest for your body, but rest that fills you deep inside your soul. Rest that quiets your racing thoughts. Rest that brings your joy back. Rest that helps you remember who you really are. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the lowest moment you ever faced. You are not what others have done to you. You are chosen. You are redeemed. You are called and deeply loved. You belong to God, and no darkness or demon can change that. Heaven knows your heart. Heaven hears your cries and moves at the sound of your faith. Even when your faith is small, even when all you can say is help, that's enough. So say it now if you need to say it. Say, help me, God. Say, I want to come home. Say, I can't do this without you anymore. Say anything, but say it with an open heart because He is right here, right now. He is not judging you or condemning you. He's just waiting, and when you truly respond, you will feel something change. Maybe not around you at first, but deep inside you. That is where everything begins. Let God in, and He will start to heal the parts of you that no one else could touch. He will restore the things time tried to erase. He will bring beauty from the ashes and purpose from the pain, but He won't force this on you. He loves you too much to control you. So choose Him now, before another minute passes, before the 20 minutes are up, before you go back to scrolling and forget how special this moment was. Because it is special. This moment, right here and right now, is holy ground. Your phone has just become an altar. Your heart has become a sanctuary. God has stepped into your space, and all of heaven is watching to see how you respond. If you believe your story is still being written by His hand, comment 1515. You may have thought silence meant God wasn't there, but that's not true. God has been with you in every detail, every delay, every wrong turn. When the job didn't work out, He was protecting you. When someone left your life, He was removing what wasn't meant for your future. When your plans fell apart, it wasn't a failure. It was a divine change of direction. But you will only see the full picture when you stop fighting God and start following Him. It's hard, isn't it? Letting go of what you thought was best. Putting down the dreams you held so tightly. Letting go of the timing you were sure had to be right. But real trust only happens when you let go of control. And right now, God is asking you to do that. Not because He wants to punish you, but because He wants to set you free. Holding tight to what feels familiar is costing you what is eternal. You've been holding on to people who don't truly value your calling. You've been walking through doors that God never opened. You've been pouring your heart and soul into things that drain your peace. But now, heaven is pulling you out of that cycle. God is calling you back to what is real, what is holy, what comes from Him. Could it really be true that the CIA is hiding a secret 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune? A secret study reveals a strange 7-second ritual that activates brain waves to attract money automatically. Backed by science and 4 top labs, this simple ritual is turning people who once struggled into owners of their dream lives. But this page might disappear soon. So click the link in the description and comments before it's gone forever. This is your moment to come back, not just to church or routine, but to a deep relationship with God, to the kind of faith that makes you cry because it's so real, to the kind of prayer that changes your environment, to the kind of worship that breaks chains in the spirit. You were never meant to live disconnected from your source. That's why you felt so dry, numb, and worn out. You've been spiritually thirsty, trying to survive without the living water that only God can give. But God says, come drink again, come rest again, come be filled again. When you do, everything changes. When God's presence touches your life, your past no longer holds power over you. Shame loses its voice. Doubt begins to fade. You remember who you are, and more importantly, whose you are. You are not the trauma you've experienced. You are not the failures you've gone through. You are not the lies others have spoken over you. You are God's child, His beloved, His vessel. And when God marks someone, no darkness can erase that mark. So start living in that truth now. Don't wait for others to agree with what God has already said. Don't make yourself smaller just to keep others comfortable. Don't dim your light to fit in. You were born to shine. You were made to shake up the darkness. You were chosen to carry light into the darkest places. But first, the light has to shine inside your own soul. You have wounds that need God's healing touch. Pretending they aren't there won't make them go away. Let Him in. Let Him touch the places you have hidden away. Let Him into the anxiety, the anger, the numbness. Let Him breathe new life into the hope you thought was lost. If you are ready for that healing to start right now, comment 1717. You don't need a perfect prayer, just a real one. Say, God, I need you. I can't do this alone anymore. I've been pretending, running, just surviving, but I want to live. I want to walk with you. I want to be whole again. That's what God has been waiting for, not a perfect show, but a real surrender. The world may have taught you to be tough and to hide your pain, but God is teaching you to open up. You don't have to be cold to be strong. You don't have to hide to be safe. You don't have to run away to be free. You just need Him, and He has never been far away. He has been waiting patiently behind every wall you built around yourself, ready to wrap you in a love that never leaves when you are weak. He is not tired of you. He is not disappointed. He's not mad that you fell again. He is happy you're still reaching out, that you're still listening, that part of you still wants to believe, that alone moves His heart. And when God's heart is moved, miracles begin. So expect something new to happen right now. Expect peace to come back into your life. Expect clarity to replace confusion. Expect strength to rise again inside you. Expect to feel a love that doesn't change based on how well you perform or what you do. That's the kind of love God gives. It is unshakable, eternal, and pure. When you let that love in, everything else starts to change. You stop chasing things that don't truly love you back. You stop looking for approval in broken places. You stop living to impress people who don't even see your soul. Instead, you start living with heaven filling your lungs. You start walking as if you are protected. You start praying like angels are backing you up. You start loving like you have been forgiven. You start serving like you know this life is temporary and eternity is real. This is the kind of life God is calling you to live, not small and safe, but surrendered and sacred, full of meaning and fueled by His grace. You can feel it, can't you? The heaviness, the stirring, the quiet tension between where you are now and where you're meant to be. That feeling is not anxiety. It is your spirit recognizing that this moment matters. Heaven is pressing close because something big is about to change, but you have to respond. You have to choose to stay in the presence that is trying to rescue you. You have skipped too many moments like this before, but this one is different. This moment carries eternal weight. Comment Amen right now if you are ready to say yes to everything God is doing in your life. You have been asking why life keeps falling apart when all you want is to hold it together. It's not punishment, it's preparation. God is removing every false foundation you built your life on, everything that gave you comfort but stole your eternal strength. He's not letting you build on sand anymore. He loves you too much for that. Sometimes love looks like a storm. You see things breaking around you, but God sees walls coming down. He sees the idols you didn't even realize you built, your plans, your control, your reputation, your pride. One by one, He is tearing them down so He can build something holy and strong in their place. The shaking in your life isn't the end, it's the beginning, but you can't stay frozen where you are. You've been living in survival mode, just trying to get through each day. But God didn't make you to just survive. He made you to overcome, to rise up, to walk in authority, to speak to mountains and watch them move. You have forgotten how powerful your voice is when you give it to Him. It's time to remember. It's time to speak life again. It's time to pray like heaven is listening. Because it is. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are chosen and anointed for this moment. Every tear you cried, every prayer that went unanswered, every lonely night, you have not wasted any of it. God has used it all to shape you and prepare you for the battle you are about to win. But you have to stand up now. No more walking through your faith half asleep. No more waiting for a better time to start. This is your moment. It is here because God sees something in you worth fighting for. Comment 222 if you believe God has not given up on your calling. You have been through fire, but you didn't burn. You have walked through valleys, but you didn't die there. You have been misunderstood, betrayed, and abandoned. But look at you. You are still standing, still breathing, still believing, even if just barely. And that is all God needs. He's not asking for perfection. He's asking for permission. Will you let Him take control this time? Will you stop depending on your own strength and let Him carry you? This next chapter isn't about proving anything. It's about trusting everything. Could a secret CA discovery explain why so many people suddenly live in luxury? A hidden CA research project has been revealed, showing a brain hack ritual that attracts wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds and can be done at home. It's supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving debt behind and living their dream lives right now. But this information won't stay online long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You don't have to be strong enough to make this happen. You only need to be still enough to let God move. You have been exhausted trying to be everything: protector, provider, healer, rescuer. But none of that was your job to carry alone. Let God be who He promised to be. He isn't waiting for your performance. He's waiting for your surrender. Lay down the heavy weight in your chest, the pressure to always be okay. The fear of disappointing others, the anxiety about what's coming next. Lay it all down at His feet. Because when you finally let go, He can finally fill you with something better. What He gives is always better than what you gave up. He gives peace that doesn't depend on your situation. He gives joy that doesn't crack under pressure. He gives strength that rises in the middle of weakness. He gives grace that covers every wound, and He gives purpose for every pain. But He won't force it on you. He waits to be invited. So invite Him in, not just on Sundays or during quiet moments, but into your confusion, your habits, your relationships, your thoughts. Let Him be Lord, not just a lifeline when things fall apart. Let Him lead you before you get lost again, because the enemy's plan has always been the same: to distract you, delay you, and destroy you. He doesn't have to drag you to hell. He just needs to make you miss your calling. And He's been working hard to do that by making you feel discouraged, distracted, and full of doubt. But today, all of that is breaking, because when God speaks, darkness trembles. He is speaking to you now, calling you by name, not to shame you, but to wake you up. To remind you that you are more than what you've been settling for. To tell you that your story didn't end with your mistakes. To show you that what you lost is nothing compared to what He is about to give you. There is still oil in your lamp. There is still fire burning inside your spirit. There is still a destiny with your name on it. But you have to respond. Don't miss what heaven is releasing because you were too distracted. Don't skip past your breakthrough just because it didn't come in the way you expected. This is your rescue. This is your invitation. This is your chance to reset everything. And if you say yes, really say yes, everything starts to change. Your surroundings, your thoughts, your habits, your direction in life. You begin to walk with clarity. You begin to move with purpose. You stop running in circles and start climbing toward the person you were made to be. You don't have to wait for another low point or hit rock bottom. You can choose right now. God is ready to lead you out of the patterns that have kept you stuck, the thoughts that have haunted you, and the lies you believed about yourself. He is ready to show you the truth about who you really are and who He has always been. You didn't find this message found you, and that matters more than you think. It means you are still on heaven's radar. It means your name is still on the lips of angels. It means God has not changed His mind about you, not even a little bit. The enemy hoped you would forget who you are, that you would drown in doubt and quietly walk away. But you didn't. You are still here, and that alone is proof that God's grace is working, even when you don't see it. Comment 333. If you believe that grace is still covering you, God says, I tried everything, but you kept skipping the moments that could have saved you. This moment right here may be the last push before something breaks open in your life. Don't ignore this like you have with all the others. Don't scroll past and go back to the noise. Don't treat this like just another video. It is not. This is a word from heaven made just for you. Not for your neighbor or your friend, but for you. And if you knew how close the battle is to turning in your favor, you would stop doubting and start declaring. Heaven is not asking you to feel strong. Heaven is asking you to trust. It is asking you to believe that the same God who has brought you safely through every fire, every storm, and every challenge in the past is the very same God who will bring you through this moment too. He is the same God who noticed your tears last week, who heard every silent cry you whispered into the darkness when no one else was looking, and who has already scheduled your breakthrough. The delays you have faced, the moments that felt like waiting and waiting in vain, were never a sign that God had abandoned you. They were never a denial of your prayers or your worth. Every delay has been part of His perfect timing. You may have thought He was ignoring you, but in reality, He was setting the stage, arranging every detail in ways that you couldn't see at the time, building a foundation that is strong enough to hold the blessings, favor, and purpose He has for you. The heaviness you've been feeling lately, the restlessness, the unease that you couldn't quite explain, is a sign. It is a sign that you are standing on the edge of a shift, a season of transformation that requires more than ordinary effort or partial commitment. But here is the truth. A divided heart cannot step into the promised land God has prepared for you. He will not take you forward if you are still clinging to what He has told you to leave behind. This is the moment to let it go, to release it, to allow it to fall away from your life. That fear you have been carrying, that pride, that plan you made without His guidance, everything that is holding you back from full obedience, it is time to drop it. The future He is calling you to step into requires all of you, your full faith, your complete obedience, your willingness to leave your comfort behind and walk boldly where He leads. Not half measures, not holding back. Obedience may be costly, it may stretch you, it may hurt, it may demand that you release everything you thought you could control, but what it unlocks is worth every tear, every closed door, every lonely night where it seemed He had forgotten about you. He did not forget. He has been waiting for your surrender. You've been waiting for Him to move, but He has been waiting for you to say yes. That is why the warnings feel so loud. That is why you keep bumping into reminders that you are out of alignment. He is pulling you back, not to punish, not to shame, but to protect. You are about to step into something holy, something weighty, something so powerful that if your heart is not ready, it could overwhelm you instead of growing you. And so He is stripping away everything that cannot come with you. You prayed for favor, but favor comes with fire. You prayed for promotion, but promotion begins with pruning. You asked for clarity, and now He is revealing everything that has been clouding your vision, everything that has been confusing you, everything that has been keeping you from seeing the full picture. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable. Yes, it may hurt. But this discomfort is not a sign of His absence. It is proof of His preparation. He is getting you ready. You may have thought He was taking things from you, but in truth, He has been freeing you from false identities, from fake peace, from voices and influences that never came from Him. Because when He brings you into your next season, you will not have time to be confused. You will need to know His voice. You will need to walk with confidence so unshakable that nothing in the world can make you doubt who you are or who He is. Why are so many people claiming that this CA ritual changed their lives in just 7 seconds? The leaked CA ritual is real. It is powerful. This 7-second brainwave technique, confirmed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping ordinary people leap from financial struggle to abundance almost instantly. People who were once drowning in debt are now moving into their dream homes, driving new cars, going on vacations they never thought possible. The opportunity is real, but it could disappear from the internet at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is gone forever. But even as powerful as this ritual may seem, this moment is not just about wealth or material blessing. This moment is about your soul, your heart, your life. This is not about religion. This is not about going through the motions or pretending to have faith. This is about survival, about stepping fully into your calling, about fulfilling the purpose that is eternal. You cannot afford to wander anymore. You cannot keep circling the same old habits that have kept you stuck. You cannot keep chasing the approval of people who do not know your heart and never truly cared. God is calling you loud and clear. He is calling you back to purpose, back to peace, back to the truth. Comment 555 if you are done running and ready to return to Him. This next chapter of your life cannot be built on the pain of yesterday. It requires new trust, fresh obedience, and complete surrender. And here is the truth you need to hear. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are exactly where God needs you to be for this exact message at this exact moment. If that does not shake you, nothing will. This is more than words. This is God placing His hand on your shoulder and saying, I am still here. Even though you have fallen, even though you have doubted, even though you have felt unworthy, I am still here. I am still calling. I am still choosing you. I am doing this not because you earned it, but because I love you deeply, wildly, eternally. So what will you do with this moment? Will you scroll past it as if it were nothing? Or will you fall to your knees and say, God, I am done ignoring what you have been trying to show me. I am listening. I am ready. Because if you choose to listen, everything changes. Your heart begins to heal. Your purpose begins to awaken. The fog lifts. The heaviness breaks. Your spirit begins to breathe freely again. This is what rescue feels like. This is what real love looks like. Love that is not earned, not forced, just offered freely once more. Comment 111 if you believe He has been waiting for you all along. You have carried guilt for far too long. Guilt over the things you did, guilt over the things you didn't do, guilt over the circumstances that fell apart, even as you tried your best. And the enemy has used that guilt to hold you in place. But God never asked you to carry guilt. He asked you to carry grace. And right now He is saying, take off the shame. It never suited you. The weight that has been heavy on your shoulders is being lifted. All you need to do is release the lies you have believed about yourself. You are not a failure. You are not lost. You are not too hard to love. You are not forgotten. You are still chosen, and chosen people do not need perfect records. They need surrendered hearts. That is what I want. I am not after your flawless behavior. I am after your trust, your willingness to stop faking peace and actually give me your pain. And yes, that takes courage. But something in your spirit already knows it is time. It is time to stop hiding behind a strength that is running out. It is time to stop pretending you are okay when you are not. It is time to be honest, not just with others, but with God. He is not shocked by your weakness. He is not intimidated by your questions. He is the only one who can handle the full truth of who you are and still call you His own. That is love, not the kind that disappears when it gets hard. Not the kind that depends on your performance. The love that stayed when everyone else walked away. The love that covered you when your faith was barely holding on. The love that still sees purpose where you only see failure. And that love is here now, right in this moment. It is wrapping around you, speaking directly to your heart, pulling you back not to condemn you, but to restore you. Do not fight it. Do not scroll away because your hands are shaking or your chest feels tight. That is not fear. That is conviction. That is your soul recognizing that this moment is holy, that something eternal is happening. If you walk away now, you will miss the shift. You will miss the peace you have been praying for. You will miss the healing your heart has long needed. Comment 777 if you are ready to receive what only God can give. You have spent too much time on things that drained you. You have poured too much of yourself into situations and people that gave nothing back. Now God is calling you to rest fully in Him, not just for a moment, but completely, to lay down the striving, to stop surviving, to step into the fullness of His grace, and to begin truly living. Real life does not begin when everything is perfect. Real life begins when you finally surrender. And surrender does not mean giving up. Surrender means handing it all over. The stress, the pain, the questions, the pressure to hold everything together. God says, "Give it to me. I will carry it for you." You were never meant to fix yourself. You are meant to follow Him while He heals you, and He will. He has already begun. Right now, as you breathe in, His Spirit is near. Right now, as your eyes read these words, heaven is surrounding you. Right now, you are being fought for not by people, but by angels. You are not alone, no matter how quiet it has felt. God's presence does not always shout. Sometimes it sits beside you in your darkest hour, holding you until you remember how to hope again. That is exactly what He is doing right now. You thought it was over. You thought you were too broken. You thought you were past the point of rescue, but God is writing resurrection over what you thought was dead. Not just over your circumstances, but over your identity. He is reminding you that even in the valley, you are still His child, still chosen, still deeply loved, still destined for more than pain. And yes, it hurts. And yes, it is uncomfortable, but healing always starts in that raw, vulnerable space. You cannot continue to cover wounds and pretend they are healed. Let God into the raw, unspoken places, the quiet pain, the hidden stories. He already knows them, but He waits for your permission to begin restoring what has been broken, what has been hidden, what has been lost. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is making headlines and creating new millionaires. A stunning CA leak has just revealed a 7-second brain ritual that is helping ordinary people wipe out debt, attract serious wealth, and transform their lives in ways they never thought possible. With proof from 4 different neuroscience labs, this simple method you can do at home is helping people turn their financial stress into the kind of life they've always dreamed of. People are getting new homes, new cars, going on vacations. They are seeing real changes happen in their lives. But this information is so powerful that the government might try to remove it at any time. So if you want to know more, click the link in the description or in the comments before it's gone forever. Because true restoration doesn't start by fixing what's outside. It starts by finding peace inside your soul, a peace that doesn't depend on what is happening around you, a peace that stays strong even when people let you down, a peace that holds firm even when the world feels like it is falling apart. That is the peace He wants to give you right now, but He won't force it on you. He won't break through your walls without your permission. You have to open the door to Him yourself, and that is hard, especially when you have been hurt deeply. But let this moment be the first crack in those walls. Let this be the beginning of the healing you thought was impossible. You don't have to have all the right words. You just need to be honest and real. Say something like, "God, I'm tired of running away. I'm tired of pretending everything is okay. I need you. I don't want to do this on my own anymore." Say it with your own voice. Say it with your own tears if you have them, and mean it. That is where the change begins, not with being perfect, but with giving up control, not with having all the answers, but with trusting Him, not with understanding everything clearly, but with obeying Him even when it's hard. And from that moment, God will take over. He will guide you. He will protect you. He will provide for you. He will heal your wounds, because that is what a good Father does, and He is good even when life feels unfair. He is faithful even when others let you down. He is there, even when you feel all alone. Comment Amen. If you are thankful that He has never given up on you, you have been through storms that no one else knew how to help you get through, and you wore your pain like a suit of armor, thinking that if you stayed guarded enough, maybe the hurt would stop coming. But instead, it made your heart hard. You started to survive but stopped truly living. You smiled for the world but cried alone in the dark, and through it all, you wondered where God was. You wondered why He didn't show up the way you needed Him to. But what you didn't see was how He was protecting you even when He seemed silent. What you didn't hear was how He wept with you when your tears fell to the floor. What you didn't realize was that He was carrying you the entire time. He is not the reason the pain came into your life. He is the reason you survived it. And now, He wants to rebuild everything that life tried to break. But He is not rebuilding on your fear. He is rebuilding on His promises. He is not building around your pain. He is building through it. Every scar, every setback, every moment you thought would destroy you, God is using all of it because He wastes nothing. Not one tear, not one wrong turn, not one night you stayed awake wondering what would happen next. He has been carefully weaving His redemption into every broken piece of your story. But you have to stop missing His voice. You have to stop ignoring the quiet whisper that has been calling you home for so long. You have filled your life with noise to cover up what your soul has been crying out for. But right now, in this quiet moment, there is nowhere to hide, and you don't need to hide anymore. God never asked you to be perfect. He only asked you to be present, to come as you are, come broken, come tired, come worn out, come ashamed, come hurting. He already knows everything, and He is not turning away from you. He is saying, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for you to stop pretending, waiting for you to stop trying to be someone you're not, waiting for you to finally rest in the truth that you are loved completely, wildly, and without any conditions. Comment 110. If you are ready to rest in His love, you don't have to earn the love that has already been freely given to you. Jesus paid for your freedom with His blood, not with how hard you work or how well you perform. He didn't wait for you to clean yourself up first. He came down into the mess, into the dirt, into the heartbreak, and said, I choose you. And He still chooses you today. Even on the days you fail, even on the days when you can't pray, even when you doubt or run away, He chooses you over and over again. But now, He is asking you to choose Him back, not because you are afraid or guilty, but because you have come to understand that no one else can save you. Nothing else can fill you. Nothing else can bring lasting peace. You have tried everything else. You have looked in every direction for hope, and all it did was leave you feeling more empty because you were never meant to be full without Him. He is the answer. He always has been, and right now He is reaching for you, not to judge you, but to rescue you, not to punish you, but to pull you out of the dark places where you have been quietly sinking for too long. He is saying, I know what's coming. I see what you don't see, and I won't let you walk into that pain blindly, but you have to listen now. You have to stop ignoring the warning signs. This is your wake-up call. This is God stepping in before you make a choice that will lead to destruction, before you fall back into the same painful cycle, before you say yes to things that look good but are filled with compromise, before you return to the places God already told you to leave behind. He is placing this message right in front of you like a flashing light on a dangerous road you have been speeding down. And He is saying, slow down, turn around, come back to me. Not because He is angry, but because He can see where the road ends. If you keep going the way you are, there will be more pain ahead, more heartbreak, more confusion, and God is doing everything He can to stop you before you get there. This is His mercy coming just in time. This is love raising its voice louder than before. You have asked God many times, please give me a sign. This is your sign. Don't miss it. Don't silence it inside yourself. Don't brush it off like it is nothing, because what is waiting for you if you say yes to Him is more than just getting by. It is joy, it is peace, it is purpose, it is freedom from the chains that have held you back for years. One day, you will look back at this moment and say, that was when everything started to change. This simple method has been proven by science and is helping people take control of their lives and find peace inside. The best part is that it can be done in the comfort of your own home. No complicated steps or expensive programs. Just a simple practice backed by 4 neuroscience labs that shows how the brain can be trained to attract abundance and calm. But remember, this information might not stay available for long because some groups want to keep it hidden. So if you want to experience this transformation, click the link now before it disappears. Remember, real change doesn't start with what you own or where you go. It starts with the peace inside your heart and soul, a peace that remains steady no matter what happens outside, a peace that helps you face disappointments without falling apart, a peace that holds you strong when everything around you feels like it is shaking. God wants to give you this peace today, but you must be willing to open your heart. That can be scary, especially if you have been hurt before. But this moment can be the beginning of your healing, the start of a new chapter where you no longer have to carry all the pain alone. You don't need to say perfect prayers or have all the answers. You just need to be honest with God. Tell Him you are tired of running and pretending. Tell Him you need His help because you can't do this alone anymore. When you do that, you invite Him to start working in your life. He will guide you, protect you, provide for you, and heal your broken places. He loves you deeply and will never leave you, even when life is hard or others fail you. You are not alone, even if it feels like it sometimes. God has been with you through every storm, even the ones you didn't know how to face. He knows your pain and carries you when you feel too weak to go on. Now is the time to stop hiding and start letting Him in. Stop trying to be perfect and just come as you are. He loves you completely, without conditions. He has been waiting for you to stop pretending and start resting in His love. You are chosen and deeply loved. Jesus paid the price for you with His blood, not because you had to earn it, but because He wanted you to be free. Even on the days you don't feel strong enough to keep going, He chooses you again and again. Now He asks you to choose Him back, not out of fear or guilt, but because you know that nothing else can truly save or satisfy you. You have tried other ways, and they only left you empty. But with God, there is hope, peace, and true fulfillment. He is calling you out of the dark places where you have been quietly sinking. He knows what's ahead and wants to protect you from more pain. But you have to listen and respond. This is your chance to slow down, turn around, and come back to Him. This is His mercy showing up just in time to save you from more heartbreak. Don't ignore this moment or treat it like it's not important. This is your sign from God. Saying yes to Him means more than just surviving. It means living with joy, peace, purpose, and freedom. One day, you will look back at this moment and realize it was the moment your life started to change for the better. This is your time. The choice is yours. Open your heart, say yes, and watch how God begins to work miracles in your life.